Thank you very much, Dr. Vassiliadou. Very poignant points that you've made, and a lot to reflect upon, I think, for us all. I believe what we're going to do next, because we're a bit short of time, is we're going to skip over the direct Q&A, because there are some questions for our panelists, first of which involves reactions to what you've said. So they'll get the opportunity to ask you questions anyway. For those of you who are on the panels, there are two on interstate collaborations and how we can increase collaborations amongst states, not just state to state, but also state with nonprofit actors and civil society. So for those of you on the first two panels, you're going to remain where you're seated, and it's going to function like this. There's going to be a series of questions that each of you will be asked, 2 or 3 of those questions, and you can respond to them. Before that, I'll introduce you, and you'll have 7 minutes, each of you, to introduce your organization and issues that you want to talk about that you feel are not elicited in the questions. So hopefully you've all had a chance to see the questions in advance. The intent is not to surprise you or put you on the spot. It's really to have given you some material to reflect upon. Okay? So our first panelist will be Mr. Gary Haugen, who is from the International Justice Mission. And I'll give the floor in the order that you were in the booklet, but after I introduce everybody, just briefly. Okay? And our second panelist is Mr. Corbin Teague, who is the Senior Associate for Policy and Government Relations from Humanity United in the United States. Dr. Gloria Shoda from the National Council of Women's Societies from Abuja, Nigeria. Dr. Amina Titi Atiku Abubakar. Long Nigerian names are my favorite, second only to the long Spanish names to say, so I hope I got all of those correct. Mr. Mighty, unfortunately, was unable to join us. We had already an issue with regard to interstate collaborations. Some people had difficulties obtaining visas, so that already highlights that we have some issues to work on. Ms. Miriam Minty from Modern Slavery Unit from the UK Home Office, welcome. Also, I note that our Minister of Gender, Women, Children and Social Protection from Ghana was unable to arrive today. Oh, you're here. Wonderful. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. And lastly, on our panel, we have Sister Patricia Ebegbulem, also from Lagos, Nigeria, from the Sisters working with victims in Lagos from Nigeria. Welcome to you all, and let's pass directly to Mr. Haugen, who can introduce himself and have his 7 minutes.